person parked in a fucking Prius next to my house.
Mm.
I'm right next to like a real road now, so we got people walking by, got medical students walking by, got people with their cars, joggers, dog walkers. I have to actually use my blinds and curtains now.
It's intense.
Fortunate. Yeah. No more suburbs for me, baby.
Will is out of the suburbs, and you're listening to That's Good Sports podcast. Will and I, based on the way we look right now, you can see we are ready this morning to record.
That's right.
This is the last podcast before the Super Bowl, and we've got Super Bowl foods to discuss here. Will, some maps. I've seen a lot of Super Bowl maps. We asked the important question: can you even trust maps anymore? Some Shelby Harris news in terms of free agency. Roger Goodell really revealed nothing about the Broncos ownership situation, but we'll try to reveal something. We've got the Saints scandal getting even more disgusting, and our Super Bowl predictions. That's what we're going to discuss in the podcast today. So be ready for that. Be ready for those things that we are going to do.
I'm ready. Are you, the listener, ready? Are you?
Are you ready?
Are you ready? Well, you better be.
Did you – I was watching because I have the NFL Network on in the background when I'm working in the morning a lot of times, and they had the Pepsi press conference with Jennifer Lopez and Shakira. Did you see that at all?
I did not. Unfortunately, I don't have NFL Network right now.
Oh, my God. You got to get that.
Unless I pirate it, which I would never do.
Right. Yeah, that's illegal.
This enterprise. Yeah, no, I wouldn't do that.
That's illegal. Jennifer Lopez looks stunning. Like she has made Father Time her bitch.
Yeah, she's 50 years old.
Yeah, it's not touched her at all. She looks like 32. I don't know. She looks good. But it was so they had like all these people ask her questions. They had James Corden's parents there doing like some really.
What's James Corden doing at the Super Bowl?
He's not. Just his parents are there. It was really like a bad long question.
He's
but
hiding.
The media, every media member was asking them about Kobe Bryant, and it got to the point where it was like weird. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
that's a question. I feel like, yes, it's relevant, and maybe let them address it once. But once you've seen another media outlet ask them that question, do you have to keep asking them about what his death meant to you and your family and how it affected you? And given, I think like by the fourth time, Jennifer Lopez gave like a long answer. So maybe that satisfied everybody, but it just felt fucking weird to me. I don't know.
It is weird. Yeah, it's strange. I mean, it's been a strange week in sports, really. They're definitely going to have some kind of tribute or
right, and that's
what have you to Kobe Bryant.
That's fine and appropriate. I just thought you're talking about the Super Bowl halftime show. Once you've asked Shakira and Jennifer Lopez about Kobe once, I think we've got enough on what it meant to them. I don't know.
Yeah, at some point we can talk about the thing that they're supposed to come here to talk about.
Which is shake their bodies for our entertainment during halftime.
Do you usually sit down and watch the halftime? Because I go in the backyard and chill for a little bit, or go on a little walk around the neighborhood.
Yeah, I mean halftime's like when you get up. I think football fans get up and like
the non-football fans. That's when they get down.
That's when everybody comes in the rooms like, oh. I mean, I see it, but I'm not like actively into the halftime show.
No.
But I mean, this year I might live stream the Super Bowl. So during the Super Bowl. So that'll probably be the time I step away to get a fucking break. But yeah, it's always like kind of overhyped, I feel like.
Yeah, I know when the Broncos were in the 2 Super Bowls within the last 5 years or whatever. I definitely don't remember anything from the halftime show.
No. Really, the only thing I can remember from any halftime show is Lady Gaga catching a football.
Yeah. I did have to stay and watch that one because I was in a bar where I couldn't leave.
Right. Okay, so let me bring up this food map I saw, Will.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Super Bowl food map based on unique search recipes by state. So Wyoming was just ground beef.
Yeah, I love it.
Wyoming's Super Bowl recipe, these guys are going all out to figure out how to spice up ground beef. Surprisingly, Montana, bacon shrimp.
Okay, I don't really trust any seafood in Montana, I'm going to be honest.
It's not a sea bordering state. Then you've got
real
Idaho and Nevada with potato. Just how you make them potatoes better.
I mean, I've lived in the state of Nevada. I can tell you that's really not the case.
Not a lot of potatoes eaten in Nevada?
Not particularly, no.
So, like some of these make sense. You've got jalapeno poppers in Tennessee and North Carolina. Calzone in Kansas does not make sense.
No.
French onion dip, Oklahoma, I get. Ranch spinach dip, New Mexico. The Dakotas, though, north and south, are looking up pizza sauce and marinara sauce.
Just the sauce?
Just the sauce.
Just dip their fingers in there and just.
They know how to make the rest of the fucking pizza, just not the sauce.
Yeah, true.
But, fucking Mississippi is green beans with beef broth. Dude, I'm so glad I don't live in Mississippi.
Or whatever.
What's that?
Yeah, they're probably just eating like catfish, I assume.
Catfish with beef broth. But this made me think of the other maps that I've been seeing,
right?
Which are which states are rooting for Super Bowl teams. So you have like the country divided up like a political map. And time and time again, we've been seeing Colorado is rooting for the Chiefs.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw the red challenge flag on that one.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I don't think that's very true.
No, it makes me not trust maps at all.
I mean, how often when you take Google Maps to get somewhere and you're driving, do you think, well, like this can't possibly be right? Like I know the way, and my way is almost always quicker.
Right.
Pretty much every day for me.
Yeah, I think that with Apple Maps more than Google Maps, and that's because Apple Maps usually are sort of wrong. But I will say that Colorado, by majority, is not pulling for the Chiefs. And
no. I'm going to go ahead and say no to that one.
And let's just go beyond the fact that they're division rivals. There are more Broncos connections to the 49ers than any other team we've ever seen go to a Super Bowl, from Welker to Ben Garland to the Shanahans to John Lynch. Like, I find these polling – I claim this polling data incorrect. Will?
We got that. We got Akella Witherspoon and Eric Armstead are both from my hometown. So I got that going for me.
They're from Sacktown?
They're from Sacramento.
Wow, yeah, and Witherspoon played at CU, so.
Yeah. So you got that too. No, the connections do not end. There really is no reason for a person to root for the Chiefs in this game.
Yeah. And Emmanuel
Anyway,
Sanders, the biggest one. Jesus.
yeah.
Yeah, so
I
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I woke up in the middle of the night just in a cold sweat thinking about which fictional character I could Photoshop a fitted Chiefs hat onto this morning. And I decided on Randall from Recess, the tattletale from Recess, and I felt like that was appropriate. But if you have any other ideas for terrible fictional characters that are rooting for the Chiefs, just let me know.
Probably Diane from Cheers.
Yeah, Diane for sure.
Um,
Newman from Seinfeld.
yeah, but he's a good character.
No, I mean like good but like evil characters.
Oh, see, I didn't watch Recess, so I don't fucking know who
Yeah,
Randall is.
that was
I was out after my time.
it was after your time. Yeah.
I was Ninja Turtles. I was Darkwing Duck, Tailspin, fucking Simpsons.
Yeah, well, we got that in common. The character, I was just like looking through a video, and because they have every episode now of Recess on YouTube, and
I did not know that.
the character of Randall is such like a thinly veiled anti-Semitic stereotype. It's really hilarious to me now.
Oh, really?
Knowing that it's a Disney show. Of
That's
course,
crazy.
they vilify Jews for kids to grow up on. Really brainwashing.
Wow.
Anyway, I decided he's rooting for the Chiefs.
Okay, that's fair. The other thing about these maps, Will, is I think it's time to retire the map where you make it where it says these people are rooting for the 49ers and these people are just happy the Patriots aren't in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, we need to get rid of those.
That it was funny. Whoever did it first, all right, cool. You did it. You got the map, but I've seen it so many times. I don't need to see another one, and I don't need to see someone claim it as their own. I'm really tired of unoriginal content.
Well, that's
but I will not retire saying big dick player. So who does that make me?
Well, it's your original content, so
kinda. I mean, I just remember kids in high school saying, "What up, big dick player?" I'm like, what? God damn it! What up, big dick player?
As like a game, as a player of the game award. So
yeah,
that's all you do.
That is all me. Okay, Shelby Harris. I'm gonna read his quote about getting paid in Denver, and then I want you to tell me if you think that means he's definitely not coming back to Denver. So when asked, Harris said, "I want nothing more than to be back. But at the end of the day, I realize it's a business. I'm 28. At the end of the day, I hate to say it's about the money. I hope the Broncos can come with it. I hope the Broncos can make a market value offer. I would love to stay here. I'm not 24, 25, where you're probably going to get a third contract. At this point, who knows? I only have the right now. I don't ever want to be like, oh, I don't want to come back to Denver. I would love to come back to Denver. But at the end of the day, I got to take care of my family. I got to take care of my kids. This is about generational wealth. This is about making sure that my kids will be good. For me, that's more important than anything."
Yeah, it sounds like he would love to come back to Denver, first of all.
Sounds like by saying I would love to come back to Denver, we can confirm he would.
Yeah,
I agree.
Of all, I think he would really love to come back to Denver if they give him a market value contract.
So all the Broncos have to do to get Shelby Harris back is pay him what he is worth.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, no, pretty much.
Wow. And he hates the end of the day. I think Shelby Harris hates the end of the day or loves it.
Who doesn't?
The reason I brought this up is I saw a lot of people try to spin this as Shelby Harris saying he's not coming back to Denver somehow. I don't know where you get that other than maybe thinking like the Broncos are definitely not going to pay him what he's worth.
Which why not? If they choose not to pay Derek Wolfe, then they will probably pay Shelby Harris. I'd say it's like
And he didn't even say, like, I want more than fair market. He literally said fair market value. So
Right.
whatever that is, I think that when you put fair in the word, I would say it's fair. It's fair to give him market value.
And we got to think about, like, because that comes down to the market pretty much, like exactly like he said. How many DNs, how many 3-4 DNs are we looking at in this free agent class, and where does he stack up? If there's not very many good ones hitting free agency, he'll make probably more than he's worth. If there are a bunch, then he's probably not gonna hit too high of a number, and Denver can probably swoop in and grab it.
Yeah, I saw one list. He was ranked like where was he at? He was ranked 49th best available free agent. Other defensive ends available will be, well, probably any of the teams can get a contract to these guys, but Chris Jones.
Yeah, Chris Jones is not making Chris Jones money.
Yannick Ngakoue, Eric Armstead, interior guy DJ Reader, Javon Hargrave, Kyle Van Noy. They had him listed as a defensive end. I feel like he played more as an outside linebacker, but then Shelby Harris and Robert Quinn. So
yeah, you got Leonard Williams in there too, who's going to make a lot of.
So there are options for any team exploring, assuming all these guys hit, which they won't, but
Gerald McCoy.
I think it's he'll be a free agent.
Michael Brockers, like you said. Dominican Sue. So there's options out there.
Was Sue going to be a free agent again? Did he just do a 1-year deal in Tampa?
Yeah, I think that's just his thing now.
Wow.
His 1-year deals.
So it's like, I like that there's going to be a lot of people available, because maybe that means there's a better chance Harris does come back. But right now, like, there's going to be a ton of free agents. The quarterback market is insane. You've got Brady, Rivers, Tannehill, Bridgewater, all guys who could easily hit free agency.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Jameis.
What's that? Oh, yeah, Jameis Winston.
Let's see. Mariota.
Oh, yeah, Marcus.
Don't think he's going to be a starter, but still.
No. Andy Dalton could be trade bait.
Yeah, exactly. You could trade Dalton. Who we got? That's it for quarterbacks.
I'm tired. Like, everybody so Phillip Rivers.
Let's talk about Rivers.
The Chargers unceremoniously moved on from Rivers, saying they're going to let him be a free agent. A lot of people kept saying the Broncos would sign him. I don't think the Broncos are going to take another old quarterback. Anybody saying that doesn't realize that Drew Lock was solidified as the guy.
Right. I love how everybody complains every year about how they always take a retread quarterback in free agency or whatever, trade for someone. Who cares? And then as soon as they find a young quarterback with a lot of promise who can be the starter for a long time, they're like, Tom Brady's on the market. Phillip Rivers is on the market. Two guys that are well past their prime, probably should have retired.
Yeah.
They're still out there. Let's give up on this guy who we drafted in the second round who went 4-1 in his last 5 games for the corpse of Phillip Rivers.
Yeah, I wouldn't want either of those guys.
No.
Any other offseason prior to this, I would have been like, consider Ryan Tannehill, consider Teddy Bridgewater, consider like all of these guys, because they can probably upgrade what you have. But now Broncos fans have something to be excited about with Drew Lock.
This is the one year we can focus on everything else.
Yeah, exactly.
Regardless of whether it works out or not, we can just at least be we can be satisfied in knowing that it's not something that needs to be addressed this offseason.
In fact, the Broncos already have that guy on the roster named Joe Flacco, who is your old quarterback. You don't need another one.
No, we're already paying him next season.
He
makes the second most money on the fucking team.
Yeah. So
is that not good enough for you?
Maybe they cut him take that dead cap hit to save some money, but
force him to retire.
Yeah. Oh, retirement. Flacco ain't gonna retire. He's not walking away from that much money. I wish he was that dumb.
I think they should pull some kind of Irishman tactics and encourage him to retire.
Yes.
Encourage he's him. Walking out to his yacht on the harbor, and he's walking out onto the dock, and it blows up about 30 feet away from him. Just not to hurt him, just to send a message.
Yeah, that's risky though. If that trigger, you pull it and there's a delayed reaction, you get too close to the yacht, then we're talking murder instead of intimidation.
Yeah, well, we know Joe Flacco doesn't have the best awareness, so maybe you're right.
And if he sees trouble, he's not running away from it quickly.
No,
enough.
Yeah, he's gonna fall into that pit of fire.
Yeah, he's no
football too.
Yeah, he's no Russell Wilson where he's going to escape danger.
Right.
Okay, so Broncos fans, we have Drew Lock. We don't even need to be talking about quarterback. Now, Brady, Rivers. I think basically if we know Rivers is going to be on a different team. Brady is uncertain right now. It feels like it. But if I were one of those quarterbacks, my top destination is Tampa Bay. Do you think there's any arguing that?
No, I think that'd be a good destination for Rivers especially. I don't know if Brady would go there just because I don't know if it fits his brand, Yeah,
seeing
Tom Brady in those ugly Buccaneers jerseys would be –
it would be weird.
It's not a place to maximize on his celebrity like LA would. I could see those two quarterbacks switching teams.
Rivers to the Pats?
Yeah, I mean, I know he wants to go somewhere south, but I think this is a sign that he'll probably only play another year.
Interesting.
That just said, as far as football fits, I think he goes to New England and Brady takes his place on the Chargers. You got a pretty appropriate little there.
Does Brady on the Chargers make you nervous, though? Mildly? If their defense kind of performs or something?
I think Austin Eckler would probably have 2,000 receiving yards, but –
well, and Eckler might not even be there. They got to re-sign him.
Right. I think they'll do that. But, that's a good question.
See,
I think I'd be nervous for a year, maybe.
Brady in Tampa Bay makes me nervous because
I think Brady throwing to Keenan Allen and Mike Williams, and if they re-sign Hunter Henry too, I think that's
big.
That's an eye on.
They still have a bad offensive line in LA.
Brady's not throwing those late game picks like Rivers is.
No, I mean
that's swinging 8 games at least.
Possibly, I don't know. I would be less nervous about Brady going to the Chargers than Tampa Bay. And Tampa Bay, if they signed Rivers, that's just you're just upgrading your interceptions by about 10 less a season.
Yeah. You dropped from 30 to 20.
Yeah, 30 to – well, I think it was 23 or some shit.
To be fair, yeah. I mean,
could win you 3 or 4 more games, I guess.
That might be all they need. Yeah, exactly.
And if Phillip Rivers has a lead in the fourth quarter, how many fewer picks is he throwing?
I don't give Rivers the ball in the fourth quarter. If he's
just take him out.
He's handing off every play, as far as I'm concerned.
2 guys who could hit free agency that I thought are interesting: Austin Hooper, Hunter Henry. Who would you take?
I think I'd take Henry.
Would you?
I think Hooper's played with. Well, they've both been injured a little bit last season, but I think Hooper's played with a better quarterback with better wide receivers to get separation. So I think it's easier to be a tight end in the Falcons offense than it is in the Chargers offense.
Fair enough.
So I'd probably take Henry.
Interesting. I just wanted to ask you that. Okay.
Who would you take?
I think you bring up a good point. I think I would take Austin Hooper, though. I don't know. He's just
I don't think there's a wrong answer, really.
No, he's just been consistently more productive. And even though
I
he
think
got
he's
hurt
faster.
last year, he's been healthier.
Yeah, I mean, he's more of a receiving tight end than Henry is.
Yeah.
Henry's kind of a blocker receiver. Hooper's kind of a stretch the field kind of guy.
Was there any other free agency guys that I thought were interesting? No, I'm sure we'll talk more. Okay. Roger Goodell said nothing definitive about the Broncos ownership situation. Said hopes they fulfill Pat Bolin's wishes and that they figure out something somewhat soon. At this point, I feel like we've talked about this, but my brain is dumb. But
Yes.
have we decided that it's probably best that the team gets sold to not the Bolins?
Jeff Bezos.
I would feel better about Bezos
give it to
than
the Beezer. Give it to the Beezer.
give it to the Beezer.
I don't know.
Like, if you have a guy who is the most wealthy man on earth running your team, there's no expenses you have to ever really worry about, right? Like, he's going to put all the money in all the time, I feel.
But do we know that, like, he's going to be an attentive owner? Because it's not like baseball. Like, having money doesn't necessarily give you it doesn't mean you can sign extra players. You'll have better facilities, this, that, and the other. You'll be able to build a stadium, out of pocket.
You can pay coaches and GMs and all that shit more.
Right, so that's nice. But it's not like, when the A's changed ownership in the 90s and had to adopt a different style of baseball to fit their budget. You want, like, an attentive owner and an owner that cares and an owner that isn't just in it to make money, but is in it to win. And I don't know. Like, I don't even know if he really likes football or he likes the idea of owning a football team.
Yeah. That's why I still hope the Mannings somehow do it.
Yeah, I mean, you can say everything you want about Jerry Jones, but, he cares too much about
yeah, that's
success
true.
of the team. Yeah, and it's like possibly to his detriment, but you can't deny the fact that, like, he really, really cares about his team.
Yeah, no, he definitely loves that's all he is the Cowboys.
That's it. That's it, baby.
Now, a team that may have to find a new owner at some point soon as well are the New Orleans Saints. So I posted a video about the Saints last Friday because they're trying to fight court documents being made public about them providing PR advice to the archdiocese in New Orleans on how to handle their sex abuse situation. And then today, the Associated Press put out these tweets saying that – so the Saints were trying to downplay it, saying, like, they provided, like, standard PR advice to them and that the archdiocese was reaching out to, the Saints and other, I don't know, like even government organizations on how to handle the situation appropriately or properly, which whatever. Like I already said, like that's just a phone call. That's just help you don't give. Be like, hey, that is on you guys to figure out how you want to handle your PR situation for pedophiles. But today, more evidence came out saying that the Saints helped determine which names should or should not be included in the list of those credibly accused. This is from the AP. Victims advocates argue that the New Orleans Archdiocese list of 57 credibly accused clergy minimizes the problem. An AP analysis suggests that the actual number of accused members that they were underestimating by at least 20. Attorneys suing the Archdiocese of New Orleans say a trove of emails show the Saints appear to have had a hand in determining which names should or should not have been included on the pedophile list. So as a football organization, you are saying which pedophile should be included on a list made to the public, which is insane to me that a football organization would be involved in determining that.
Yeah, I think I just put the phone down.
Yeah, I'd be like, that's not a list I want to help make.
Right. Do you think that maybe the archdiocese was praying to the saint, like just trying to pray to the saints, and somehow got a hold of the real New Orleans Saints? Like,
I don't know, maybe
praying for the saints' advice.
Get out of there.
Shouldn't talk to your wife that way.
I was talking to my cat, fucking with cords. I don't know. I think this is going to become a much bigger story.
Spotlight Gate is what we're calling it.
Yeah, it's insane.
And if they do call it Spotlight Gate, royalties to this podcast.
If anybody is going to
we are profiting off of this.
Of pedos.
And there's nothing wrong with that, okay?
That is capitalism. That is just free market, Will. It is. I don't know. This seems like a huge story that's not being fully talked about yet. But I think if more information comes out like this, the NFL's got a real problem on their hand. And
yeah,
I don't know. There's no good way to pitch this.
No, I would say probably no.
Like if the Saints called me and asked my PR advice on how to handle this PR mishap, I'm gonna just say I can't. Like,
yeah, I'm just gonna bow out, or just like put them on hold and never pick it back.
Never come back.
Yeah.
Okay, so Super Bowl prediction time. We talked a lot about the Super Bowl matchup in the last podcast. I just dropped the 10 reasons the Chiefs will win the Super Bowl video we worked on. We're working on 10 reasons the 49ers will win. Anything this week come to you that sort of helped change your mind or thoughts about the game?
No, I mean, it's been a pretty quiet Super Bowl week.
Yeah, it really has.
As far as I can tell. I mean, the Kobe news really overshadowed the first few days.
Yeah.
Like the Super Bowl opening day, I think that kind of it became a lesser story at that point than it usually is.
Were you a Kobe fan in terms of basketball?
No, because I mean, the city of Sacramento really didn't like Kobe as a player.
Gotcha.
For his role on mostly the Lakers in general, but the 2001-2002 Lakers. It's a very sore subject for many of us. But, obviously, like, I think everybody had a lot of respect for him at the same time.
I was just curious because I know you're a real basketball fan.
Yeah, but no, I was never a fan of him as a player, really. And I think, it'd be disingenuous at this point to say, like, yeah, I loved him growing up.
Oh, yeah.
Because I didn't. Like, you could ask a lot of people.
No, I think that's fair. You can still say you didn't like him as a basketball player because you beat your team or whatever.
Oh, yeah. No, it'd pretty much be like if he was kind of like he was kind of like Tom Brady a little bit.
My Tom Brady?
Yeah, a little bit. Not a perfect like one-to-one correlation there, but that's kind of the best way I can describe it.
That makes sense.
If Tom Brady always beat the Broncos.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
With the help of refs who were paid to throw the game.
Ooh.
Proven.
Yeah, I don't know much about that.
Went to jail.
Okay, Super Bowl prediction here, Will. We have Chiefs, 49ers. We have Kittle, Kelce, Mahomes, Garoppolo. Run game versus pass game. Offense versus offense.
Bosa, Schwartz. That's the matchup real football heads are looking forward to.
Yeah. Well, does Bosa play both sides, or is he on the left side? Which side does he play from?
I think he usually plays on the left, but I think he probably does both. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, probably.
We know he leans right.
You said it.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
Justin. No, not Justin Tucker. Harrison Butker, Robbie Gold.
Ooh.
Robbie
I think I trust Butker more than Gold, to be honest.
This is his second Super Bowl in Miami.
Oh.
He was there with the Bears when it was raining. That was a weird Super Bowl.
That really was. I was in college.
You remember how many turnovers and drop balls there were in that first quarter?
Opening kickoff return for a touchdown.
Yeah. That Reggie Wayne touchdown where he was just wide open.
So many. Like that Rod Smith touchdown in the Broncos Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Not that wide open, but
a little bit open. They definitely took advantage of Eugene Robinson being really, really hungover.
Yeah.
Mostly.
Do you think San Francisco can slow down the Chiefs' passing game?
Yes, but not with their defensive backs, with their front seven.
With the pass rush?
Yeah, I think that's
pressure.
If they have time, it's not going to be close.
How many yards?
Time, it's.
Yeah, if Mahomes has time to throw and or extend or run, it's going to be hard. How many rushing yards 49ers are going to get? Over under 150 rushing yards total.
Say about 160, 170.
Ooh.
I think they're going to run a lot.
Is that enough to win?
Maybe. If they hit that, maybe.
If they hit over 150, I think the 49ers win. That's a pretty fair statement, but
it comes down to I don't even think it's necessarily a yards threshold that they have to hit. I think it's a carries threshold. Because if they carry the ball, if they run the ball 35 times, there's a good chance that means that
they're controlling the game if their rush attempts are high.
And they're bleeding that clock. Which I think is important.
Dude, I've gone back and forth so many times on which team I think has the edge.
Yeah, same.
I look at the Chiefs and I'm like, fuck, they've got the edge. And then I look at the San Francisco 49ers, I'm like, oh, they've got so many guys who can.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the 49ers, they were the best team in the NFC all season. The Chiefs were not the best team in the AFC all season.
No.
They played two AFC South teams. Not that it's a little lucky. You have to play who's on your schedule, but it's a little lucky that you get a 9-7 team in the AFC Championship game. You get the Houston Texans, coached by Bill O'Brien, in the divisional round. There he goes. Off to Tyreek Hill, his wife again.
I concur with what you just said.
Yeah.
Trying to look up the one thing I do know about San Francisco.
Do you know the point spread?
I think the Chiefs are 1.5 point favorites.
Okay. I thought it was bigger than that. I think that's fair. I think they'll win by 1.5 points.
You're gonna take the Chiefs?
This will be the first. No, I think they'll actually win by. I think it'll be 31.5 to 30. The first team to score a half point.
Right. I think the one intangible sort of thing that the 49ers have over the Chiefs is that they have played in a lot of close games this season.
Yeah.
So they lost to the Ravens by 3 points. They lost to the Seahawks by 3 points. They beat the Rams by 3 points. They beat the Saints by 2. And then they beat Seattle that last week of the season, 26-21. I feel like they've
close game yet in the playoffs. So you have to think they're in for a close game here.
Yeah,
basically.
And I feel like they've just been in they've been in the situation with close big games more than the Chiefs had this year.
Right.
And that, like, does that mean anything? Who the fuck knows?
Chiefs have had a couple of close games. So first game against Tennessee was really close. I think that Green Bay game was pretty close, although that was with Matt Moore. And then that might be it, honestly.
Yeah, who are their common opponents? The Ravens beat Kansas. Oh, no, the Chiefs beat the Ravens.
Yeah. That was before they were really the Ravens, though.
That was during the Ravens' 2-game losing streak before they went off.
Yeah, the Browns beat the Ravens, too. Clearly, it means nothing.
That means nothing.
It means nothing.
Basically, everything means nothing.
It's not impressive to beat the Baltimore Ravens. We've learned.
Right. Everything means nothing right now. Like, it's a clean slate.
Well, if the Chiefs win on Sunday, everything really is going to mean nothing to me.
Yeah.
I want to adopt nihilism.
It's over for Will. Do you think a punt or kick gets returned for a touchdown?
No.
No. No special teams touchdowns.
I didn't say no special teams touchdowns. I just said no punt or kick returns.
How else do you score a special teams touchdown?
Someone muffs a punt, you return it for a touchdown?
Oh, okay.
How about that? So you block a kick, run it back.
Who's going to fumble? Saints or Saints? 49ers or Chiefs?
Tyreek Hill.
Think he's going to fumble? You think they're
He's not going to fair catch in the Super Bowl. Guys get so aggressive in the Super Bowl, someone's going to make a mistake.
Yeah, that'll be – I mean, the Chiefs' offense has made hardly any mistakes. I'm curious to see if with an aggressive, good defense like the 49ers, if San Francisco's actually able to force them to make any mistakes. That'll be the difference.
Yeah,
One interception
you
or
have to get a turnover.
Yeah, you got to get a fumble or something.
Get a turnover and maybe a couple red zone stops. And I think they'll be in it if that happens.
Yeah.
Which is not impossible.
So you're going to pick the Chiefs, though, to win?
I'm going to pick the Chiefs, yeah.
I'm going to pick the 49ers.
God damn it, I hope you're right.
I don't know. I really don't know. It is – I think it's going to be a good game, but –
I think that's all we can ask for, right? No, actually, I would like to see the 49ers blow them the hell out.
Oh, that would be nice. 45-3.
28-3. 28-3, I can finally relax. Kyle Shanahan is running the football with a 25-point lead in the second half of the Super Bowl. Everything is as it should be. Yeah.
Let me tell you something, Chiefs fans.
Keep going wrong.
It is better to be known for getting blown out in the Super Bowl than to not even go. So, as a Broncos fan, we know that from experience. So, by wishing
for years that it's worse to get blown out than to go at all, and now,
nope. Let us root for you to have an improved overall football status with a Super Bowl blowout loss.
Pretty much. Add it to your resume, just minus the victory. We know this. If the Broncos are playing in a close Super Bowl, they're winning.
Yeah.
Or they could blow them out, too. You know. A la 1999.
Yeah. If you could, would you take back for a redo Broncos Seahawks Super Bowl or Broncos Ravens playoff?
Broncos Ravens playoff game.
Yeah, me too.
I don't think if you redo that one, they win. Or the Seahawks game.
Yeah, I don't either. I don't
think they win without Chris Harris, Von Miller, Derek Wolfe.
Yeah,
all those guys.
If I could get one game back.
It would have helped if they had played in like a regular Super Bowl climate instead of New York, where it clearly favored a defensive running team, not the greatest passing team of all time. And also, if the refs called illegal contact on pretty much any play.
Yeah, if it was officiated the way it is now, it might be a little different.
Yeah. But no, that Ravens game will stick with me for as long as I live.
Oh, that was tough.
Forever. Yeah.
Okay, so let's end on our personal worst notes of football pain.
Yeah.
Good luck in the Super Bowl,
49ers.
everyone. 49ers.